Operating system. Operating system is very important component in computer system. That is essential part to operate the computer system. As we know, there are main three parts in computer system: hardware, software, and liveware. But hardware can't work without any instructions. Hardware needs instructions. Those instructions provided by software. But the software, we can identify two kinds of software: system software and application software. Operating system is one system software. Very popular and very important system software is operating systems. There is no any computer that operates without operating system. This operating system establish the connectivity between hardware and the application software. Hardware and the application software, that is the intermediary layer. Now application software wants to communicate with hardware. As an example, think a user is going to print a document. Then the application, as an example, think this is Microsoft Word. This Microsoft Word need to connect printer and get the printout. But the application software doesn't have capability to directly communicate with hardware. Then operating system is doing what application software want. What application software is going to communicate with hardware, that is performed by operating system. This is very important software in the world. Those operating systems developed for different purposes. Unix, that we can consider as the first operating system. Mainly Unix developed for networks, network servers especially. DOS is disk operating system that developed by Microsoft. DOS is the first personal computer operating system. DOS is character based operating systems, and the Windows is another operating system developed by Microsoft, that is graphic user interface, graphic user operating system. The version, the very first version is Windows 3.11. Linux is another playing big role in operating system. Linux is open source operating systems. There are large number of flavors. There are different Linux flavors operating systems. Red Hat Linux, Lycos, and many operating systems are there. Linux. And NetWare is another network operating system. Now that has converted into SUSE Linux. Now NetWare developed by Novell Corporation. Solaris is another network operating system. Mainly this is used in huge networks. Originally Solaris was developed by Sun Microsystems. Later Oracle Corporation acquired Sun Microsystems. Now Solaris is Oracle Solaris. macOS is Macintosh operating systems, especially developed for Apple devices. Android is mobile device operating systems developed by Google, and there are large number of operating systems like that. These are examples for operating systems. This is a block diagram of computer system. We can identify main two sections: hardware components and software components. Hardware components and software components. Hardware components, that is physical components, all materials CPU and all devices, input devices, output devices, memories, and everything which is tangible, those are hardware components. In software component context, we can identify two types of systems, two types of software. One is system software and application software. System software we can divide again into two: operating systems and utilities. Operating systems and utilities. All systems are integrating and all are interacting for the purpose of computers, the purpose of the computer, and the requirement of the user. Operating system, now we have discussed, those are operating systems are like Windows and DOS, Android. Those are operating systems. These operating systems are communicating with application software and hardware layers. That is the intermediate layer we have discussed. And utilities, utility software that users are not directly using this utility software. Utility software is that is helping computers to operate in better environment. As an example, antivirus program is utility software, and backup utility, that is utility software. Users are not directly operating these softwares. Application software, users are directly using for their purposes. Application software, as an example, we can see Word, Excel, Access, PowerPoint, Microsoft Office, Adobe, Photoshop. These application softwares. These application softwares are very useful. That is the purpose of user. Then this is the block diagram of any computer system. There was a systematic evolution in operating systems up to today's position of operating systems. At the very beginning, computers, there was no any operating system. From late 1940s to mid 1950s, those computers didn't use any operating system. Mainly we can say those operating systems, those computer systems used serial processing method. Serial processing method means processing one after one. As an example thing, 2 multiple parentheses 4 multiple 5 divide 8. This example, under serial processing, that will process like task 1 first 4 into 5, then get the 20. In the task 2, 2 into 20, getting 40. In the task 3, 40 divided by 8 and getting the final answer 5. This is serial processing. In parallel processing, multiple processors can carried out at once. Multiple processors carried out at once in parallel processing. Now these days computer systems were single user system. Multi-user systems didn't used in this era, 1940 to 1950, that decade. Another thing is, all users or programmers directly interacted with the hardware, and they are interfering with the computer system, and they are loading computer programs and processors by switching toggle switches and display lights and such console they used to control the computer system. There was no any operating system. These computers mainly manual program scheduling and processor set idle when load in programs and in input and output process. This is the first era, 1940s, late of 1940s to mid of 1950s. The operating system, there was no operating system really. Directly programmers and users interact with computer systems and they did the process. That is the first era of operating systems. Next development is introducing simple batch system. Simple batch system used operating system, but there was no direct access to hardware, just like previous era. Users or programmers didn't directly interfere with the hardware layer to control the system, but operating system did the same. This simple batch system introduced to maximize the utilization of CPU. The microprocessor's utilization was maximized by introducing the simple batch system operating systems. Here, the simple batch system used magnetic tape as a storage device. Magnetic tape, you can see in the picture, the side view and edge view of the magnetic tape. This program is loaded in this magnetic tape. Operating system is loaded in programs from the magnetic disk and execute the process. Operating system loaded and execute the program one after one program at a time. When the current program ended the execution, next program to be loaded, and finally all those written in another device. At the end of entire process, entire batch programs, output tape was printed in another inexpensive machine. This is the second development of operating systems. In feature wise, there was no any direct access to hardware, uniprogramming, and the response time is very high. Response time is very high, and processors said to be idle in input and output processes. Processor, the CPU is idle when input and output. Same as the previous method. Previous method also processor let idle in input and output process. Here in simple batch system also the same. This is the second development of operating systems. Next development is multi-programmed batch system. This multi-program batch system also introduced to minimize the processor idle time during input and output methods, during output and input processes. This particular operating system series introduced as third generation operating systems, third gen operating systems. Here the memory management is a very interesting part in third generation operating systems. Memory management. The entire memory partitioned into different blocks and stored different programs. You can see in the diagram below. Now, entire memory that is partitioned into different blocks. Here in the example I have given 4 blocks. 4 memory blocks stored 4 different programs. Program 1, program 2, program 3, program 4, like that. Then that is multiple programs can run at the same time. That is known as memory management. This feature introduced in this third generation operating systems introducing multi-program batch system. This particular operating systems we known as the central theme of the modern operating system. This concept still developing and introducing again and again with new features and new innovations. In these operating systems, once the current program is waiting for input and output, operating system switch the processes to execute another program in memory. As an example, program 1 that is already running, without closing that particular program, the operating system is switching to program 2 and input and output open for the program 2, and that processing also carried out. This is the central theme of modern operating systems, multi-programmed batch system. Multi-program batch system. This is the third development of operating systems. Third developments of operating systems in the history of operating system, evolution of operating systems. Time sharing systems. Time sharing systems. This is another development in operating systems story. This is also introduced to minimize the response time. Minimizing the response time, that means they speed up the process. Minimizing the response time and maximizing the user interaction during the program execution. Then users can interact with program execution one-to-one during the execution. This is a big advantage to users. In between the process, they can interact to the process. In between the process, they can interact that, and they can users can interfere with the processing, and they can add some additional tasks, or they can modify the process in between. Also, this is user context switching method. This is enable to share the processor time among multiple programs. I discussed one method used by previous era of operating systems, the memory management. In this time sharing system, that has improved. Enable the share the processor time among the multiple programs. Multiple programs can load it into the memory, and processor also very speed up. That also is speed up. Processor can allocate resources very efficiently among multiple programs. Another thing is rapidly switching among programs. There was no very big time gap between switching among programs. Microprocessor resources can switch to different programs loaded in the memory. That is big advantage in time sharing systems. This is a big change in operating systems. Many modern operating systems we can see in this particular form. Time sharing systems. Now we will start another discussion on what are the functions performed by an operating system. There are many functions performed by operating systems. Here I am going to discuss a few, and you can download the tutorial I have uploaded to the portal lms.educox.com. Then you can get more information about these functions. I have given more functions in the tutorial. Right. First function is process management. As we know, modern operating systems are multiprocessing. These multiprocessing systems allow multiple programs to run in the same time. In multiprogramming environment, the operating system decides the order in which processes have access to the processor and how much processing time each process has. This function of operating system is called process scheduling. Process scheduling. This operating system performs many tasks in process management task. This operating system keeps tracks of the status of processes. The program which performs this task is known as traffic controller. Allocates the CPU, that is processor, to process. Allocate the CPU capabilities to process. Once the processing is finished, the processor deallocates all resources which allocated for the processing. This is known as process management. Process management. Modern computers, modern operating systems are capable to run multiple processes at the same time. Then this process management capability is definitely to be there in operating systems. Second is the resource management. Resource management. Resources mean hardware resources, mainly hardware resources. There are many hardware resources: memory, input output devices, and storage devices like external storage devices, internal storage devices, removable storages. In input output, we can say keyboards, mouse, printers, scanners, and speakers. There are many I/O devices, input and output devices. This resource management is the second task performed by operating system. And the user interfacing. In different ways, these operating systems are providing this facility, user interfacing. Some character-based operating systems are there, like MS-DOS and Linux shell, using characters. DOS shell or bash shell in Linux, using to interact with the system. They have to give the command in text base. There is one user interfacing method. Another is GUI, graphic user interface. Just like Windows, you have windows, icons, menus, pointers, and all. Windows, icons, menus, pointers, you can remind this by WIMP, W-I-M-P, WIMP, user interfacing. Graphic user interfaces and character-based interfaces, both are there. And the next is the security protection. Security protection means providing security for files and the computer itself, protecting using user database and some file systems, just like file allocation table and network terminal file systems. We have to discuss in the next lesson these two file systems method. Providing security over data and information, that is very important task performed by modern operating systems. You can get more information about this operating systems functions. Refer the tutorial in lms.educoix.com.